Gaffer, it's been almost a whole week since we last spoke. What have you said to the players this week about the last two performances?
Not a lot, really. I think we've gone over a few games this week, even back into the Oxford game. Probably more about performance and how we've played, and more of the same, really. You know, if we can replicate those performances, we'll win games. That's whoever we're playing will do that, but we have to replicate those performances.
That gap to 12th is just 5 points now. How achievable does that feel with 7 games remaining?
We don't quite know, because the reason we are where we are is we haven't been consistent throughout the season. So it's not like all of a sudden we've won 20 odd games. So every game in this league is a tough game to win, and tomorrow will be no different against Lincoln. Just because Lincoln are down there, Lincoln are a good team. They're a good team, and always a dangerous opponent. And tomorrow's a dangerous game for us because we're above them in the league, and everybody will expect that we win this game. It doesn't always work out like that, and we know that this one's going to be a tough game. So we've got to be full tilt tomorrow, and ready and be prepared for the game, which we will be.
They've had a pretty good week last week for their Saturday, Saturday. They got 2 clean sheets, which I believe doubles their total for the season. And I guess it's with ourselves scoring so many goals, I feel like it's probably a game between two sides who are feeling very good about themselves at the moment.
I would imagine so. I think they've had a little bit of a turnaround in their form, but I think that they're a good team anyway. What they've been through is the trials and tribulations that every one of us goes through throughout the season. They've had a few injuries this season that definitely would have affected them, and a couple of games where they could have easily gone and won the game and they haven't. So sometimes that happens. It just goes to show they had a great season last season, and this season has been a bit indifferent for them, but they've still got some very good players, good manager. I like Michael, I like David Kerslake, his assistant. They're great guys, and we're looking forward to seeing them tomorrow.
They obviously faced Rotherham a week ago, last Tuesday. When you've both played the same opponent at the same ground within the space of 4 or 5 days, can you learn a lot from that, or is it not as simple?
Well, it's difficult trying to put them both together, because when I'm watching Rotherham and Lincoln, I'm watching Rotherham more than I'm watching Lincoln. But then if I watch then Lincoln against Sunderland, I'm watching Lincoln and I'm not watching Sunderland. So there goes the 2 games I've just looked at anyway.
Yeah.
So I think really you look at how they played, certainly in the second half against Rotherham, and could have easily got a draw out of that game. Could have easily got a draw out of it in the end. So as I've said before, they're going to be a dangerous opponent for us tomorrow.
Moving on a bit now, have you been able to speak to Tom Flanagan or Aaron Pierre while they've been on international duty?
No, I don't tend to speak to them. All I need to know after the games, really, and obviously Tom hasn't played yet, but Aaron has, is how their fitness is and are they okay. So we know where Tom was going into tonight's game from yesterday, and we know that Aaron Pierre is a little bit stiff and a little bit sore, but that may be down to an artificial pitch that he's played on in Gibraltar.
Yeah, fair enough. And I understand Aaron Pierre's back. He could be in the squad for tomorrow's game. Could you just elaborate on how that came about?
Yeah, well, he might be. I think that Aaron's only playing the one game, and he's coming back. So I know that he's a bit stiff and he's a bit sore. We haven't seen him yet, so he's not in at this moment in time. We just have to wait and see where he is for the weekend.
Okay, fair enough. So no Tom, Aaron's around maybe. Is everybody else okay?
Yes.
Nice.
Yes, everybody else trained yesterday. Yeah.
Okay, good. And then just finally, EFL Team of the Week, just the one appearance from one of your players somehow. Ryan Bowman got in, but you also got Manager of the Week. I guess a nice little accolade to go along with a very good week.
Yeah, I'm not really too bothered about me getting in. I'd rather 3 or 4 of our lads would have got in for last week's performance and somebody else would have been Manager. That doesn't really bother me. I'm not interested in those personal things. It's about the team. Okay, it's nice. It's nice that someone's recognised it, but at the end of the day, I've gone past worrying about those things.
Fair enough. Right, thanks for your time, Gaffer.
Pleasure.